Tahoe is the largest alpine lake in North America, with more than 290 types of animals and more than 1,000 plant species, making up the Lake Tahoe Forest and Wildlife. It also houses over 53,000 year-round residents with over 3 million visitors every year. Over time, we have changed the environment so drastically that fish populations, such as the native cutthroat trout, have become extinct in the Lake Tahoe Basin. I had the opportunity to meet with Travis Hawks, the regional fisheries biologist for the Nevada Department of Wildlife, to explain what they're doing to help bring back the cutthroat trout to its native home in the basin.
Once existed, and so part of my job now is trying to come up with ways where we can get that native fish back on the landscape to reintroduce cutthroat trout into certain areas. We know that we'll never have it back to the lake and have it be the only sport fish in the lake, and we're fine with that. We just want to give that fish somewhere where it can exist. And currently we're looking at a few small creeks that are tributaries to the lake where rainbow trout are, they spawn, they exist, they've become naturalized, so they're a wild fish. And they're really closely related to the haunt and cutthroat. And so in those creeks, we're monitoring the rainbow trout. We're working on a long-term study to show that if the rainbow trout are doing this, we can possibly reintroduce cutthroat, and they'll be able to do it.
Unfortunately, due to the many factors such as climate change, there are 308 species of California wildlife that are listed on the official endangered species list.
Some of the challenges in the basin are, the Lake Tahoe is known for its clarity, and with climate change and some of the stuff we've done and the introduction of a lot of pollutants to the lake, the clarity is declining slightly in the long term, and what that's doing to the fishery is it's slowly increasing the water temperature, and Lake Tahoe is known as an oligotrophic lake, so that means there's not a lot of nutrients in the lake. But as the water temperature warms and the clarity declines, we get more nutrients in the water, which in turn utilize some of the oxygen that trout or cold water fish species need to survive. And because of that, we're seeing some more typical warm water species show up around the shores of the lake. So things like largemouth bass, even catfish in some areas, goldfish, things that you don't consider to be a Lake Tahoe fish are showing up and are actually doing really well in certain areas. So the clarity is a concern, to the fishery, just because it's kind of changing the whole ecosystem from what's a traditional cold water trout fishery and wild populations of fish to these warm water species that are, in the basin anyway, less desirable.